If you've never gotten car insurance before, you come to the right place. In this video, we're going to go over Car Insurance 101, how to get it, how much you need, and the 3 biggest mistakes people make when getting car insurance. Let's get into it. Jerry's got your back. To start off, let's talk about when to get car insurance. You need to have car insurance in place before you get behind the wheel of a car. So be sure to buy a policy before you head to the dealership or the private seller. It's actually illegal to even drive home from the dealership without insurance, and you'll need proof of insurance to register that vehicle and get set up with the DMV. Start by gathering all the information. You'll need to have information about your vehicle, including the make and model and the vehicle identification number. You'll also need personal information for all drivers on the policy, including driver's license numbers and social security numbers. And finally, you'll need to be prepared to answer some questions about your driving habits and history, including how much do you think you're going to drive per month and any accidents or violations in your past. When you've got all your documentation ready to go, you can start requesting quotes. The old-fashioned way to do this is to call up individual companies and get each quote one at a time. But the downside to that approach is that it's time-consuming, and you'll be working with so-called captive agents who work for a specific insurance company and want to make money off of you by offering prices that are good for the insurer, but not necessarily the best for you. It's better to work with an independent insurance broker like Jerry, who can get you a bunch of quotes at once and help you compare and actually find the best option for you. Jerry partners with over 55 insurance companies to show you real quotes, but we don't work for any single insurance company, so we can help you make an informed, unbiased decision about your coverage. That's your next step, figuring out how much coverage you actually need. You see, every state sets a default minimum amount of coverage, which usually includes liability insurance. But in some states, you might also get uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage, medical payments coverage, or personal injury protection in your default policy. But state-mandated liability usually is way too low for most drivers, so you'll need to also get comprehensive and collision insurance to protect your car, especially if you have a car loan or a lease. A good amount of coverage for most drivers is 100, 300, 100 liability coverage. The same amount of uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage, comprehensive and collision coverage, and some amount of medical payments or personal injury protection coverage, which usually is about $10,000. You can adjust those coverage limits based on how much your vehicle is worth, how often you drive, and how much you can afford to pay. You'll want to compare quotes from at least a couple of companies, and don't just look at the price of the coverage. Be sure to consider all coverage options that each company offers, any available discounts you might be eligible for, and the customer service reviews each provider gets. Once you've made your choice, it's time to buy a policy. This is usually the simplest step. Just select the policy you want to buy, choose the date you want your coverage to start, and make your first payment once all the paperwork is processed. Most insurance companies can activate your coverage the same day you buy, and you'll send you an insurance card in the mail that you must keep in your car as proof of insurance. Now that you know how to get insurance, let's take a quick look at the biggest mistakes people make in this process. Number 1, providing incomplete information. When you buy a car insurance policy, your insurance company will look at something called your motor vehicle report or CLUE report. These documents give an official record of any accidents, violations, or claims you've had in the past. If the insurance company finds a ticket or a claim that you didn't report to them when you get a quote, or if the details don't match what you told them, you're likely to see your final rate go up when it's time to buy. Mistake number 2, inaccurate information. This is a little more serious. Insurance companies base premiums on risk. So some people try to lower their rate by giving inaccurate information, like relative's address in a lower risk neighborhood or leaving a teen driver off their policy. This actually constitutes insurance fraud, and it's illegal. Not only could you lose coverage, but you can also face criminal penalties. And if you want to know some of them, check out our other videos on our channel. Finally, the biggest mistake people make when getting car insurance is getting one quote and never reshopping their policy. Car insurance rates change all the time. No single company has the best rate for everyone. And as you grow and change, so will your insurance needs and your insurance profile. Whenever you have a major change, whether it's a new vehicle, a recent accident, a milestone birthday, or an improved credit score, take the time to compare at least 3 car insurance quotes and make sure you're never overpaying. Jerry can help you with that. When you get car insurance through the Jerry app, you can turn on automatic reshopping to get new quotes automatically delivered to you whenever you have a chance to save. There you have it. Now you know how to get insurance. So, download the Jerry app, get some quotes, and come back to the comments to tell us how it went.
Jerry, the all-car app that's got your back. Because we car.